This video is on what are the basic tools for ham radio. I keep all my tools in a carrying case. Frankly, this particular carrying case I've had for years and use it on a daily basis. The first thing you should have is a meter. The meter on the left is a Fluke 87, which is the meter that I use and is very accurate. The meter on the right is a less expensive meter and will cover pretty much all basic aspects of ham radio. The big thing here is you should have a meter that has a 10 amp scale. You should have at least 2 sets of test leads, a standard set of probe leads for your meter, and a set with alligator clips on it. You'll mostly use the probe leads, but the alligator clips come in handy in many locations. Speaking of alligator clips, you should have a wide assortment of alligator jumpers, which come in pretty handy for all aspects, including soldering. Alligator clips make a great heat sink. Let's not forget about the soldering irons. You should have a pencil soldering iron. These will range from 15 watts up to about 60 watts. 30-watt irons are very common. They'll be used for more of the fine soldering. Then we've got the big irons. These 2 irons are made by Weller and are typically used for PL259s, as well as more heavier soldering. Now let's talk briefly about solder. There are leaded and lead-free solder. Lead-free solder is becoming more popular these days. Sizes range from 0.39 millimeters to 1.63 millimeters, or 0.015 to 0.064 inches. Most electrical solder comes with the rosin already in the solder. However, I do recommend getting a little tub of rosin flux as well. Now there's another type of solder out there that is typically used for plumbing, or what's referred to as general purpose solder. It uses an acid-based flux, and because of that should never be used for electronics. And one thing I can't do without is my MFJ 259B antenna analyzer. It has all kinds of features for amateur radio. Now let's get on to the mechanicals. You should have a good set of screwdrivers. I have a standard set of screwdrivers, but I also have a second set of screwdrivers, which are Exolite XSTs. You should have a set of precision screwdrivers. Some people refer to these as jeweler's screwdrivers. You should also have a fairly good assortment of box wrenches, as well as a good assortment of vice grips. This tool here is meant for RG6 coax, but works on RG58 as well. This crimper here connects RJ11, RJ14, and RJ45 connectors. There are plastic versions of this that just don't hold up. A must for the toolbox is a utility knife. Then we have the stripping tool. I like this one because it pulls the insulation right away. There are also various sizes of wire nippers. Don't settle on just one. And with today's equipment, Allen wrenches are a must. And let's not forget the forceps. They come in very handy when soldering. And you'll also need a set of tweezers. I've got several different sizes. And then of course there's the staples, which are the hammers, pliers, and a good set of channel locks, which should be in any toolbox. And last but not least, you should have a lockout lock. I recommend using this even in your own house. And always think safety first. This is just a basic rundown of what you should have in your ham radio toolbox. Your needs may vary.